Hello and welcome back to our F1 Manager series as we are now on episode 16 as we head to Singapore, coming off the back of the Italian Grand Prix. And if you didn't watch that one, make sure you go back into the videos here on YouTube and check that one out. It was a great drive from Lando Norris to continue our point scoring run and come away with a 7th place finish, which we were not expecting at all. The car is currently 8th on the grid in terms of where we should be finishing, which is about 15th or 16th. We were maybe thinking Lando could outperform the car and come away with 1 point in 10th, something like that. But a stellar drive, 7th place and the fastest lap. So who knows what we can achieve in Singapore. As always, if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, do like the video and get involved in the comments. But with that said, let's get underway with episode 16. So the first thing I want to do is manufacture some more parts because we had a few parts fail on our cars, so we needed to put replacements on. That's leaving our reserves a little bit on the low side, shall we say. I like to have 3 of each, so we have gone in and done some manufacturing, which you can see here. So we've got a chassis, underfloor and front wing being manufactured. That will just replenish our reserves so we don't run out of the best parts on our cars. The only other thing to look at this time is our head of aerodynamics. We have got the contract expiring in 3 months. So I think we'll look at some scouting. And to be fair, he's what, 5th best rated on the game. Enrico Babao is not interested in negotiation anyway at 95. So we can't take an Alpine head of aero due to their current performance. Don't want to take that risk. Maybe we'll scout Diego Tondi at Ferrari. And we'll see what he's looking for. Now, we have had our latest research project complete, which is a suspension. I did say we weren't going to do any design work for the rest of this season. However, obviously, the car parts that aren't going to be changed by the regulations next year, we probably could do with doing a little bit more design work on that. So I'm going to throw a cheeky design in. We just look at the rules and regulations for next year. So front wing, these are the changes. So it's on front wing, rear wing, underfloor and suspension. We can see the changes here. We've already seeded that for high speed and medium speed on the front wing. Got a little bit more to do on the low speed on the front wing, but we're pretty much there on that one. Rear wing, have a look at that. A little bit further off there, so we definitely need to do some more rear wing research to make up that deficit and exceed it. Then if we look at underfloor, similar to the front wing, so we've exceeded in high and medium, a little bit work to do on the low. And then suspension is more in line with that rear wing. So a little bit more research is definitely to do on all projects, but certainly suspension and rear wing. But as we say, on the side pods and the chassis, there are not going to be any changes next year. So we may as well throw in a chassis design. So here we go. Let's design a new chassis. We'll put 1.4 CFD hours and 14 wind tunnel hours on that. And we will drop the lifespan down straight away. And I think we're happy to go with that, although we will lose a little bit of the engine cooling and we're on engine cooling. Might have to do something like that just to compensate for it. I'd like to bring these low down, but our engine cooling is pretty bad at the moment. Top speed, so yeah, I think we'll go with something like that. It's not going to help our low speed out too much, but we can do that in the early design work of next year for these chassis. Now we'll just go for 1 engineer. It's going to take 30 days and cost £700,000 for that one. So we've got another regulation vote, this time for financial changes. And what are they looking to do here then? Okay, so they're looking to increase the prize share for places 1 to 4, but it would decrease for 5 to 9 and 10th. I'm going to vote against. I'm going to help the lower teams out there and vote against that one. We've had a rear wing research project complete, so we now need to go in and replace that with another rear wing. Go in and do that. And we want to focus on the low speed. This is where most of the change is going to be for next year. I think something like that will work pretty well for us. We'll keep one engineer on that. That's going to take 43 days at a cost of $1.45 billion. So before we head into Singapore Grand Prix in 3 days, as you can see, we've got one design project now underway, 27 days on that new chassis. Got a front wing research project finishing in 11 days, underfloor in 32 days, the rear wing in 43 days. With those set, we're ready to jump in to the Singapore Grand Prix weekend. So Oscar and Lando out of the garages to begin practice one. Got a virtual safety car here. Someone's had a crash. Currently showing who that is.
Virtual safety car.
Logan Sargent was the one that's crashed, and he is out of practice one. We didn't get a replay, unfortunately. No surprise for it to be Logan, though, unfortunately. We've got another virtual safety car, and this time Oscar's put it in the barrier.
And now we've had a crash. Let's see what happens.
It's involving multiple cars. So
we're heading now into turn 5
with Charles Leclerc.
With not much room to move.
Oh, just clipped, and Oscar ends up in the barrier. Very sloppy in practice.
That hasn't messed up their chances too much this weekend.
That's probably put some damage on the car and our already low car park.
While all that was happening, the crew in the garage could do nothing.
So Oscar is out, and have to look at the damage on the car, see what's gone on there. So as we head into the second practice session, we have damaged the chassis, front wing, and suspension. ERS and gearbox has also had it be running warm parts, so a lot of work here to do on Oscar's car. We're going to have to do a bit more manufacturing off the back of this weekend, unfortunately, as well, which is going to cost us money, which we're trying to save. So we'll put all of these spare parts on. We'll use the ERS there. I don't think we could put a 2% gearbox on, so we'll put. And we're ready to go in this second practice session.
Oscar, that's a red flag. That means no overtaking.
Got a red flag now in practice 2. It's all going on in these practice sessions. We did get a replay of that red flag, so I'm not sure who it was. Charles Leclerc has a penalty from his incident with Piastri in practice 1. Gasly's got a penalty, so perhaps it included Gasly, but I'm not so sure. I think that'll bring an end to the second practice session prematurely. Luckily, we've nailed the setup satisfaction with Piastri at 100% already in that second practice session. Lando was at 98%, so we should be able to run them fully in this third practice session to get this track acclimatization up. But Piastri really being hit by it, lost those final few laps in practice 1, and now half the session in practice 2 because of a red flag. So some catching up to do with Oscar in practice 3. So that is practice in Singapore now completed, and a very mixed session in terms of stop-start, especially for Piastri crashing out at the end of practice 1. Both drivers losing time with that red flag in practice 2, and that has affected the track acclimatization, although we did really well to get it to 98% for Lando, 90% for Oscar, and we managed to hit 100% setup satisfaction for both drivers, and also they have that 100% on car parts knowledge. So all in all, pretty damn good, with a driver preparation of 99% for Lando, a driver prep of 97% for Oscar Piastri as we head into qualifying in Singapore. Come on. Piastri coming across the line. Has he done enough at this time to get out of that bottom 5? He has, up to 11th, but we've still got others to finish.
Oscar, you're P11.
Norris should improve as well,
That's
unless he's had a
lap,
shocker of Q3.
If you could keep your pace up on the in-lap.
Copy.
Norris across the line into 7th.
This is currently P7.
Let's see what we've got here in terms of... So a lot of these on an in-lap. So it looks like we're going to be pretty safe there. Both drivers through to Q2. Let's see then, Lando and Piastri. Final runs in Q2. They're looking for, well, for them to both get out. Well, Piastri's looking for about a second near enough. As I say, I think it's unlikely. Let's have a look at the sector times though. We're looking for greens. Don't forget to take the fuel back out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Pretty sure we did. So we've got green sectors at least for both. Is this pass on a slow lap? It's Magnussen who's moved out of the way. I think he moved out of the way pretty well there for us. Piastri keeping right with Lando here. Might get a bit of a toe. So it's a 27.3 for Oscar. 27.2 for Lando, so a tenth quicker for Lando. We're encountering a little bit more traffic here. Lando does a 37.4 middle sector, 37.2 for Piastri though. A pretty even through here. Oscar may be benefiting from a bit of a toe. As we're about to come across the line, what do we do then? Norris didn't go quicker, I don't think, but Piastri has, and doesn't make it Q3, but I think that is only the second time in, what are we now, 16 races that Oscar Piastri is out-qualified Lando Norris. So we will start the Grand Prix in 11th with Piastri and 14th with Norris. There are a couple of penalties, so we'll see where they fall. I think it was Gasly. I didn't look to see where Gasly was though. And then we go confirmation. Piastri 11th, Lando Norris 14th. So only the second time Oscar has out-qualified Lando in this series. Oh, and Sergio outdoes Max. So it's a Red Bull 1-2. Carlos Sainz in third. And of course I was looking at those positions, but they were not finalised positions. So Fernando Alonso 4. So Charles Leclerc will still take that 3-place grid penalty, but he'll drop to 8th. K-Mag. So yeah, I think we'll definitely jump K-Mag with Piastri. So effectively, there's a bit of a split strategy. We're not really looking at these second and third compounds because we've got rain coming from around lap 20, and that's going to last for the majority of the Grand Prix, apart from probably the last 5 to 10 laps where it looks like it's going to dry up again. So Oscar's not as good on his tyres, so we're going to play safe, put him on the mediums to stretch him out hopefully until the rain. Lando's better on his tyres, so he'll start on a soft before going on to inters or wets. So that should work. So we've got Oscar on the mediums, Lando on the softs, pushing until the rain. We'll see what happens there. Let's jump in to Singapore Grand Prix. Here we go then, 2 Red Bulls, front of the grid, nothing new there. In real life, all here.
It's lights out.
Let's see what we can do. Looks like it's going to be a bit of mixed race, mixed conditions. Piastri started 10th, Lando 13 due to those grid penalties. We can hold these positions. Piastri looks okay there. What's Norris? Has he got any competition there? No, we're looking okay. Bottas looking a bit punchy, as the AI always do on these first few laps. Does have a tyre check as well. Okay, so pretty evenly split then between the mediums and the softs. So Piastri's mediums, along with Ocon, Charles and Russell ahead of him. He's got Hülkenberg behind him on the softs, so it's probably key here for Piastri if he can just frustrate Hülkenberg a little bit here, because the tyres will cross over, probably from lap 15. So Piastri is going to be under a little bit of pressure from Hülkenberg. Is Norris making that move now on Sargent? We are indeed. Can we get this done? Got DRS now, and Sargent looks like he fell out of DRS there on Hülkenberg, so that's worked out well. Hülkenberg's now making that move on Oscar.
Let's have a look at that.
You take a replay of
Now
Norris.
the focus is on Lando Norris.
To say we need to get this done because Logan's on the mediums,
The opportunity
Lando on the
begging to be
softs.
taken.
And we've got that done pretty quickly, but at the same time, Hulkenberg is getting past Oscar Piastri.
Now we should be able to take a look here. Nico Hulkenberg there.
So this is the flip side.
Can they squeeze by?
Hulkenberg is on the softs and Oscar's on the mediums. And now we were all but 10 seconds ago saying how Piastri is running
Nico
ahead
Hulkenberg
of
gets himself ahead.
Lando. They are now, with those two overtakes, they are now separated by no one. And Lando's on the soft, so I feel like we would have to let Lando by. I'm not going to do it straight away. Just push this gap and see if Piastri can keep with Hulkenberg for now. Piastri, is he going to get this done? Re-overtake on Hulkenberg. Looking pretty good now because he'll have DRS. Norris has got a nice view of this. Norris is having a look as well. Are we going to get Hulkenberg? We are. Both cars getting Hulkenberg. Well, Hulkenberg's finding it back though on Lando.
Let's see what happened there. Now there's the car of Piastri.
Piastri had already basically got this move done. DRS just helping him past. And then Lando saw an opportunity to just bend one down the inside. And nearly got that done. We're still fighting this. But it looks like Lando's got it done as well. And we have. So we've moved Piastri and Norris up into 10th and 11th. And they're having a look now. Come on. Kind of just need them to sort this out between themselves without losing too much. Just don't take each other out. Tell you what we can do, we can ask Oscar just to
Oscar, we can look after this tyre.
come off his tyres a little bit. That'll hopefully just give Lando what he needs in there.
Need to push. Copy.
Well, that should be good. That should be fine now. We are eating into these tyres a little bit more than we'd like to. Probably, well, actually, Oscar's all right. Lando's eating into his a little bit more than we'd like. Right, here we go. Looks like we're getting to the rain. Hulkenberg's going for another little push, it appears. And we're now 7 seconds behind Ocon and Russell, so yeah. Looks like 10th is going to be the best we can do, maybe 12th would be the worst. Can't really fight this too hard now with Hulkenberg because we haven't got the tyre life to play with, so we are going to have to just let this go. Hulkenberg does get us, it was looking likely.
Now with the Haas. It's there for the taking.
Yeah, to be fair to Hulkenberg, he's had the pace there, he's stuck with us, he hasn't gone away. So these will be... oh my goodness. Everyone is in the pit, no one stayed out. This is going to be carnage getting in and out.
Understood.
Okay, Hulkenberg's pitting now.
Hulkenberg's pitted as well.
Oscar pit lane.
Everyone's out now. Lando is away, so Piastri's not been held up. Stroll's had a pit stop issue.
Exit.
I think we got held a little bit there with Oscar. Norris is back out in 10th. And we're just going to burn tyres.
Maximum pace.
Bottas had a pit stop issue. What a surprise.
So Alfa Romeo's
Wouldn't be a pit stop without a slow one for Valtteri Bottas. Slow front right.
Front right won't tighten though.
No, it's not that slow in comparison to real life with Sauber.
Okay, Lando, let's have 100% pace, please.
The whole grid
Yeah,
pitted.
okay.
Sonoda's had a pit stop issue as well. We didn't gain any time on anyone, but Stroll was the biggest loser there with his pit stop issue. So, still not really eating into that gap with Lando at the moment, and Piastri is the same. We're just kind of staying where we are, unfortunately. I think we just continue to run as we are. Magnussen has got Piastri. So because we've stopped running on attack, as soon as we stop doing that, we just lose that pace, and Magnussen has got us. Haas, especially over Piastri, have got more pace than us, unfortunately. And Piastri's 13 seconds is back is Gasly, so you know, we may as well manage his tyres free now to that stop. If we need to drop him a bit further, we will. I think they're looking both likely to make that target of the dry weather. We just hope that dry weather comes in now.
There's a yellow flag now.
Hulkenberg has spun. That is handy indeed. So Nico Hulkenberg's had a moment. That's a pretty significant spin as well. Has he had to wait and let Piastri by? He has indeed. Oh, Gene is going to be on the phone. He's not going to be too happy with that. Hulkenberg's dropped now to 4 seconds behind Piastri. Taking out some tyre life as well. So Piastri moves back. Well, Gasly is caught right up to us. Magnussen's pit.
Copy.
So Magnussen, surely they're all going dry tyres now. I think we can get in quick enough now, though. Come on.
Box this lap.
Oh, that could have.
Copy. Box.
Might as well just push these.
Box this lap.
Perfect. We want maximum pace.
These will all be coming out on dry tyres.
Weather update. This rain is stopped.
Copy.
Let's just see if they've gone at the right time,
Yeah,
right?
copy.
Have we gone too late? Let's have a look. Lando's coming in now then. Second stop. Back on to dry compound tyres for the remaining 5 laps. Hopefully a good stop here. The Ocon out there. Slow. 3.6, not ideal. Oscar, who's got Gasly all over him now.
Oscar pit lane.
If you saw that Norris pit stop issue. These guys, it's cost us big time, isn't it, I think. Here's Hulkenberg. I think he's going to be out. Miles ahead of us here, isn't he? Yeah. And Gasly has done us in the pits as well, so that's been a bit of a nightmare there. So Norris is still in 10th, in a bit of no man's land there really. 7 back on Ocon, Magson's 10 back. Piastri, yeah, bit of an issue there really. Don't know if he can do anything here. See what we can do, we've got some DRS. And Pierre. Trying to make this move done. Come on, stick it out, Oscar.
Lovely stuff.
Come on, Oscar, just push. Come on, Oscar, baby, push till the end. Let's see what you can do. Can you get that 12th place back? That's the best we can hope for now. Let's give him everything he needs. 2 to go now. Come on, Oscar. Let's get 12th position. Mightily close now to Hulkenberg. Can we get it done here? Come on, Oscar. a bit too far back. Thinking about it though. Up inside through here. We've got enough of our car ahead here. This battle is going to bring Gasly into play. This is the only issue. We kind of need to get this done now. This is looking better. Switching. Come on, Oscar. We need this done now.
Use overtake.
Yeah.
Not quite happening for us. Come on, Oscar. Finally, that move went on for an eternity. I'm not sure if it's quite finished yet. Hulkenberg wants to stick it back in the inside
Good
there.
step there. You are currently P2.
Now
Finally, we
see
get that
what
move
happened.
done on Nico
Right, here's the
Hulkenberg.
action at turn 10.
Took a lot longer than we
Opportunity's
wanted.
there,
But Oscar's got the job done.
and the McLaren there with a...
So Max has won.
Max
Perez going to
Verstappen
finish second.
Over the finish line.
Charles third. And it looks like
today's
Alonso is
winner.
going to get... Well, Sainz wants it back though. Sainz wants it back and looks like he's going to get it back. What a battle here between these two.
Checkered flag. Okay, that's P12. Well done, Oscar.
So Carlos Sainz is going to come away that fourth. An almighty battle with Alonso on the back of that final lap. Hamilton gained a second, another lap, and he would have been involved in that fight. Piastri was lapped, so he has finished 12th. And Lando Norris is going to come away with 2 points, finishing 10th, getting us a point. And as I say, with the fastest lap, it will gain us another point. That gives us 2, and we are still in a fight with Alpine, so we match what they do. So that's a good little result. So Max wins yet again in this series and in real life. He is dominant. He is inevitable. He is Max Verstappen. He's got 25 points again. Perez did give him a little battle early on. He finishes second. Charles Leclerc up 5. Did take that free place grid penalty, so it overcomes that and a couple more positions to get on the podium. Teammate Sainz in 4th. And Alonso just missing out with that battle with Sainz, finishes 5th. And the 2 Mercedes, Hamilton and Russell in 6th and 7th. Lance Stroll finishes 8th. Esteban Ocon 9th. We say Lando Norris 10th. And the fastest lap again, gaining us an extra point. Then a really good result for Oscar as well. He finishes 12th. Although he's down 2 positions, we're not expecting him to finish in the points. We always say 12th to 14th is sort of the zone he needs to be finishing in. He's managed to do that in 12th, so we shall take that one. Drivers' Championship, Max leading the way. There's only a few races to go now. I think we've got about 7 races to go now. Around about 6 or 7 races to go, so Championship near enough in the bag for Max. Charles Leclerc, though, is still in 2nd place. Perez does gain a little bit on him. There's only 11 points between them now. Sainz in 4th. Alonso is making 5th his own. Stroll is 6th. Hamilton 7th. Russell is 8th. Lando maintains 9th place and maintains that 22-point gap as him and Ocon both score 2 points. And then we have the rest, which is Gasly on 11, Magnussen on 4, Albon on 2. Constructors, basically as Red Bull's already 655 points. Then we've got Ferrari 509, Aston Martin in 3rd on their own with 296. Mercedes in 4th on their own. Then we've got this battle between ourselves and Alpine. I keep saying it, but we are expecting to finish 6th. Alpine do have a much quicker car, but that has been the case for the last 3 races, and we've either matched them or done better. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm still expecting us to finish 6th. Only 11 points between us, and as I say, they have a much faster car. Season objective is 7th, though, so we're pretty nailed on to secure that. I'm pretty confident that's already in the bag, with Haas in 7th, 4 points. Williams in 8th with 2. AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo yet to score on 0 points. So there we have it. The Singapore Grand Prix is done and dusted, and unfortunately a bit of a dull one. Maybe the most boring Grand Prix and episode we've had thus far. Not much happening in that race at all. Lando kind of got in that 10th place and just really maintained it and stayed there for the rest of it. Although we did have those interchangeable conditions, we didn't really lose out or gain anything with Lando. Maybe with Oscar we lost a little bit. by not pitting as early, one lap earlier as most of the grid did. But what he lost there, falling down to 14th, he gained straight back and finished 12th. So where the car is at the moment, I'm pretty happy with another point and fastest lap to getting 2 points for Lando, match what the Alpines have done. And Oscar, as we say, we're looking for him to finish in that range of 12th to 14th. And he's done that. So all in all, we can't moan. We will be heading into Japan and the Suzuka Grand Prix in the next episode. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, like the video, get involved in the comments, and we'll be back very soon with the next episode.